Within 30 minutes of eating toast and jam, your blood glucose levels spike, contrary to the belief that breakfast stabilizes them for the day. This surge prompts your pancreas to release insulin, a hormone that helps cells absorb glucose. However, the rapid rise and fall can lead to energy crashes, leaving you hungrier sooner. A 2020 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that skipping breakfast doesn't necessarily lead to weight gain or nutrient deficiency. Instead, it's the type of food you consume that dictates your day's energy. When your body metabolizes a sugar-laden breakfast, it reacts much like a dessert, undermining the most important meal myth. After your breakfast cereal, the sugar content activates the brain's reward system, much like addictive substances. A 2017 study at Princeton noted that rats given sucrose showed dopamine surges in the nucleus accumbens, peaking within 20 minutes. This contradicts the notion that breakfast merely fuels the body. Instead, it can set a pattern of craving and consumption. For many, this leads to a cycle of snacking and seeking more sugar throughout the day. Your brain's response to a sweet breakfast is more complex than just satisfaction. It primes you for a metabolic roller coaster. Eating a protein-rich breakfast causes a different cascade. Within 30 minutes, your body begins protein synthesis, using amino acids to rebuild tissues. However, the idea that this meal is essential for muscle growth is misleading. A 2021 study in the Journal of Nutrition found that distributing protein intake evenly throughout the day was more effective for muscle health. Your body doesn't store excess protein the way it does fat or carbs. It either uses it or excretes it. The timing of protein intake is less crucial than once believed. The real key is balanced distribution. Consider the role of cortisol, the stress hormone, which peaks naturally in your body shortly after waking. Eating breakfast can raise cortisol even further, contrary to the calming effect often touted. A 2022 study in psychoneuroendocrinology showed that fasting in the morning aligned more closely with the body's natural cortisol rhythms. Rather than stabilizing your mood, breakfast can amplify stress responses if mistimed. Your body's internal clock or circadian rhythm might not always align with traditional meal times. The cortisol connection reframes breakfast timing as a personal metabolic choice. Breakfast's reputation as a metabolism booster comes into question when examining basal metabolic rate, BMR. BMR is the energy your body uses at rest, unaffected by meal frequency or timing. A 2023 meta-analysis in Cell Metabolism confirmed that meal timing had little impact on BMR. Your body's energy needs remain constant, driven more by overall activity levels and muscle mass. Breakfast doesn't kickstart metabolism as often claimed. Instead, the choice to eat or skip breakfast should be based on personal hunger cues and lifestyle. Breakfast's role in metabolism is less pivotal than widely believed. When you consume carbohydrates at breakfast, enzymes in your saliva like amylase begin breaking down starches into sugars immediately. This enzymatic action continues in the small intestine, where pancreatic amylase further digests carbohydrates. Within just 30 minutes, glucose enters your bloodstream, triggering insulin release from the pancreas. This hormone facilitates glucose uptake by cells, but if excess glucose persists, your liver converts it into glycogen or fat for storage. Contrary to breakfast mythology, your body's meticulous carbohydrate handling isn't exclusive to mornings. These processes occur at any meal, illuminating breakfast's less unique role. Inside your gut, the microbiome plays a subtle yet crucial role. When you consume fiber-rich breakfast foods, they travel undigested to your colon. There, microbes like bifidobacterium ferment them into short-chain fatty acids such as butyrate. Butyrate suppresses inflammation through NF-kappa B signaling inhibition. This interaction isn't time-specific. It occurs whenever fiber reaches the colon. Your body's microbiome is a dynamic ecosystem, responding to your dietary choices throughout the day. The belief that breakfast uniquely nurtures gut health overlooks the continuous microbial interactions in your digestive system. Let's delve into ghrelin, the hunger hormone. Ghrelin levels rise before meals and decrease after eating, signaling hunger to your brain. A study published in Nature in 2019 found that ghrelin levels adjust based on habitual meal timing. If you're accustomed to skipping breakfast, your ghrelin rhythm adapts, reducing morning hunger pangs. This hormone's flexibility defies the notion that breakfast is inherently necessary for appetite control. Your body's response to ghrelin is a testament to its adaptability, showing that breakfast is not a metabolic imperative. The hormone leptin, which signals satiety, also plays a part. Leptin levels rise after eating, curbing hunger as a natural feedback mechanism. However, leptin sensitivity varies significantly. A 2018 study in obesity reviews suggests that frequent high-sugar breakfasts can lead to leptin resistance, blunting this satiety signal. When leptin resistance occurs, your body struggles to recognize fullness, potentially leading to overeating. The simplistic view of breakfast as inherently satiating overlooks how dietary choices can disrupt this delicate hormonal balance. It's a reminder of the intricate dynamics at play when you eat. Your body's internal clock or circadian rhythm influences metabolic processes. Enzymes like those involved in fat metabolism peak at different times, independent of meal timing. A 2021 study in Science Advances showed that fat oxidation is highest in the late afternoon, regardless of breakfast consumption. This challenges the belief that breakfast optimally starts metabolism. Your body's enzymatic rhythms are finely tuned, demonstrating that metabolic efficiency isn't bound to morning meals. Breakfast's role in these processes is less about timing and more about aligning with your body's natural cycles. Consuming high-calorie breakfasts regularly can lead to insulin resistance. When your insulin receptors become less responsive over time, your cells can't absorb glucose efficiently. A 2022 study in diabetes care found that individuals who consumed large, carbohydrate-heavy breakfasts had higher markers of insulin resistance. This condition is a precursor to type 2 diabetes, challenging the idea that breakfast inherently protects against metabolic disorders. Your body's response to sustained high sugar intake, even in the morning, can directly impact your long-term health. The notion of breakfast as a safeguard is increasingly scrutinized. Skipping breakfast, on the other hand, often raises concern over potential nutrient deficiencies. Yet, a comprehensive 2021 meta-analysis in JAMA found no significant difference in nutrient intake between breakfast consumers and skippers. The body's ability to compensate for missed meals through varied diet throughout the day is remarkable. By adapting meal timing to personal rhythms, your body efficiently absorbs necessary nutrients. This flexibility in nutrient acquisition debunks the myth that breakfast is crucial for daily nutrition. It shows how adaptable your dietary intake truly is. Chronic overconsumption of breakfast cereals, often high in sugars, can affect your brain's reward system. A 2019 study in neuropsychopharmacology noted that high sugar intake leads to dopamine desensitization. This diminishes the pleasure derived from foods, prompting you to consume more to achieve the same satisfaction. This cycle can impact mental health and weight management. Breakfast, traditionally seen as a positive start, can, if unhealthy, seed deeper issues. Your brain's adaptation to such eating patterns underscores the underestimated power of breakfast choices. Food companies often market breakfast as essential, but this is not entirely for health. A 2020 report from the Food Marketing Institute highlighted that breakfast products generate significant revenue. Many cereals and bars are loaded with sugars and refined grains, appealing more to taste than nutritional value. Your body's response to these products, often treated like a treat, shows that breakfast is more a commercial construct than a nutritional necessity. The economic interests behind breakfast foods reveal skewed perceptions driven by industry rather than health. Perhaps the most surprising aspect of breakfast is its effect on longevity. A 2023 study in Nature Aging observed that intermittent fasting, including breakfast skipping, correlated with increased lifespan in mice. This suggests controlled meal timing can optimize cellular repair processes. Your body's natural fasting state overnight activates mechanisms like autophagy, which remove damaged cells. Extending this period, even by skipping breakfast, could enhance these beneficial effects. This reframes breakfast not as a cornerstone of health, but as a variable in a larger metabolic strategy.